Welcome to my channel. Why do we wait for the right time to start speaking English? Why do we tell ourselves, I'll start when I'm ready, or maybe next month? I'll tell you something. You don't have to wait. What if I told you, now is the greatest time to begin? Not tomorrow, not next week, not when your grammar is on point, just today, right now. Yes, you heard that right. Even if you are a beginner, even if you don't speak perfect English, you can start speaking today. And that's what we're gonna do together in this video. So stick around with me till the end. And I guarantee you are going to feel ready and confident to open your mouth and speak English without fear. No pressure, no stress. Just simple steps that work. Let's begin. Chapter 1. You don't have to be perfect to start speaking, so let's start with something big. Something that is holding so many people back. Maybe even you. The number one myth English learners get trapped by: I have to be fluent before I can speak. Perhaps you've also had that thought. My grammar is not perfect. I don't know enough words. What if I make a mistake? So, what do? We stay silent. And so we learn and listen and wait. But we do not speak. And that silence becomes habitual. But here's the reality. Fluency doesn't precede speaking. It comes from speaking. You're not waiting for you to be perfect to start. It's the beginning that matters, and it's how you grow. Consider how children learn to talk. A baby doesn't wait until she's acquired all the words in the dictionary. She doesn't pull up a chair and study grammar books. She listens, she tries and makes mistakes. She says a word, then two words, then gradually, full sentences. She doesn't have to be perfect. She just wants to reach out. And guess what? And that is precisely how you should learn as well. You don't have to sound like a native speaker. You just need to start. You know more than you believe you know already. Now, let's try this quick test. Can you say, hello, how are you? Yes? Great. Can you say, I like coffee? I am from India. I work in a school. These are small, simple sentences, but they are real speaking. You are already speaking. You simply didn't take credit for it. The reality is that while most beginners know enough English to start talking, but they don't do it because they believe it needs to be perfect. I want you to break that mindset today. Here's one of the things I constantly tell my own students. Mistakes aren't the enemy. Fear is. You flub when you talk, and what happens? You learn, you remember, you grow. But if you don't say anything, nothing happens. Imagine having to wait weeks or months or years to say your first word. You don't need that pressure. Your English is not an exam. It's a tool, a device to connect, to communicate, to share your ideas. You don't have to be 100% grammatically correct to say, I love music. You just have to have the courage to try. Let me share a quick story. Rena, one of my students, had studied English for years. She knew hundreds of words. She was actually very good on grammar. But she never spoke. Why? She was waiting for that perfect time. She thought she wasn't ready. I said, say one sentence. Right now. Anything. She said, I like movies. And that was her start. That sentence is when the change in her confidence began. Not shimmying her breasts, Miss Kunlisku started talking each day, trivial, silly things. 1 month later, she was online, chatting with people. 2 months later, she was already helping other beginners. All because she stopped waiting. And that is what I wish for you too. You don't need perfect English. It just needs to be real. It needs to be used. You can go 1 sentence today, maybe 2 tomorrow. That's enough. That's progress. Never let the fear of errors stifle your voice. You have an English voice within you. You just have to let it out. I want to hear you say something right now. Anything at all. Out loud. It can be straightforward. I want to learn English. Say it. Say it again. Feel it. That is your start. You're not waiting anymore. You are speaking today. Stay with me, because in the next chapter, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to create a speaking habit for yourself, even if you have only 5 minutes a day. It's going to be easy, it's going to be fun, and it's going to change the way that you learn. Chapter 2. How to form your speaking habit in 5 minutes a day. Now that you know you don't have to be perfect to speak, let's talk about something even more potent. Creating a tiny speaking habit that actually sticks to your routine. And here's the best news. It takes only 5 minutes a day. Yes, just 5. Not 1 hour, not a full class. Just a few sweet minutes to take over the reins of your learning. People often tell me, I need to practice English but don't have time. Or, I have no one to practice this with. Or perhaps, I'm not sure yet that I have confidence. But here's the honest truth. You do not need a speaking partner and you do not need a perfect situation. All it requires is a few silent minutes and the latent willingness to fail. Let's materialize this in the real world. I will teach you 4 simple ways that you can start speaking English today. Yes, today, even if you're by yourself. Number 1. Mirror practice. This is one of the best confidence-building strategies. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. Imagine you are speaking to someone. Begin with an easy, Hi, I'm Rahul. I live in Delhi. I like music. Say it with a smile. Watch your face. Hear your voice. This helps you to sound more natural and connects you with your own speaking style. You're not just rehearsing, you're acting. And that makes it real. Number 2, shadowing. This is a powerful method. Find a brief video in English, maybe 1 minute long, in which the speaker is clearly understandable. It could be from a movie, a YouTube video, or even this video. Play 1 sentence. Pause. Do it exactly the same. Same tone, same pacing, same emotion. It feels artificial, and yet it exercises both your mind and your mouth. And here's how you can learn pronunciation and confidence at the same time. 3. Speak to yourself. Sounds funny, right? But it works. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm cooking lunch. I'm walking to the shop. Say your thoughts in English. You don't have to use a whole sentence every single time. Even 1 or 2 words, spoken aloud, will do. It makes English a habit, not just a subject you learn. Number 4, voice recording. This one is to keep tabs on your progress. Open your phone every day, hit record, and talk for a minute. Talk about your day. your plans, your feelings. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. 1 week later, listen to your first recording. You will be surprised. You will hear yourself improving, and you will feel proud. Here's the spike moment. It's when you come to understand that even 5 minutes of local gesture could change everything. You begin to hear yourself in a new way. During the game, you can feel your confidence rising. You begin to employ the words more naturally. The fear becomes smaller. And the best part? You're doing it alone. No partner needed. No perfect grammar needed. Just you and your voice. That is the power of daily practice. It is about learning to serve, as Mr. Vidushi said. Now let's say you do this every day, just 5 minutes. You will be astonished at your progress at the end of 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. The secret isn't learning more. The trick is to use what you already know. Speaking makes you stronger. Repeating makes you smoother. Mistakes make you smarter. Every time you speak, even a little bit, you take 1 step forward. So here's your assignment for today. Pick a high-touch method, either mirror, shadowing, self-talk, or voice recording. Just one, and do it for 5 minutes. That's all. But do it every day. Make it your English habit. You brush your teeth every day and everything? Now you speak daily too. And in the next chapter, we'll take it 1 step further. I will offer you simple, real-life phrases you can use now. No confusing grammar rules, just real phrases you can start using immediately. You'll want to repeat them with me there, so keep tuning in. It's going to be fun and really helpful. Chapter 3. Simple sentences you can use now without knowing any troublesome grammar. Now, by way of featuring something practical, something you can start practicing today. You don't even need proper grammar. You don't have to memorize lengthy rules. You need real, simple phrases, the kind of English that real people use every day. And the best part? Many you already know. All you have to do is speak them out loud. So what I'm going to do in this chapter is to let you in on, not all, a few, useful sentences for everyday life. Greetings, questions, answers, and everyday exchanges. These are brief, unadorned, and powerful. And I'll say them slowly, so you can say them after me. You don't need to write them out. Just listen, speak, and notice how simple and easy English can be. Let's welcome with greetings. Often a way we open a conversation. Hi, hello, how are you? Good morning. Good evening. It's nice to meet you. When it boils down to it, they are short, friendly, and they are constantly overused. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. Hi, hello, how are you? Again. Good morning. Good evening. It's nice to meet you. You see? That's already a great start. Now let's turn to a few easy questions, the kind you can throw to a friend, a coworker, or a stranger. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? This is to say, what do you work as? Do you like music? What are you doing? These are good human questions. Let's do a few together. What's your name? Where are you from? One more time, little more slowly. Do you like music? What are you doing? That's it. Easy and useful. So, how do we respond politely? My name is Rahul. I'm from India. I'm a teacher. Yes, I like music. I'm watching a movie. There is no need to overthink this thing. These are sentences. And how? You know the words already. It's just that you need to say them. Let's take it a step further and learn some phrases to have small talk. It's a nice day today. How's the weather? I like your shirt. What sort of music do you enjoy? Have a good day. Take care. Again, not in a forced or difficult way, just very natural and simple. Let's repeat a few. It's a nice day today. I like your shirt. Take care. Now, there's the spike moment, when you get it. Wait, this ain't hard. I can speak like this. Yes, you can. These are not the kinds of phrases that are hard to study. You don't have to translate from your language. You simply have to employ them, verbally. Just a few minutes of repeating these words can have a huge impact. Let's do an impromptu speaking challenge together. I'll say something and you respond. Hi, how are you? You say, I'm doing fine, thank you. What's your name? You say, my name is, and your name. Where are you from? You say it. I'm from, and your city or country. See, there you go. You're already talking in full sentences. You're having a conversation. And it seems right, doesn't it? You didn't need hard grammar. You just had to have the words and the courage to give it a shot. I want you to say these type of sentences to me every day. Speak them while you cook, walk, or go to sleep. Say them to yourself in the mirror. Say them to yourself. The more you talk, the faster your mouth gets used to English, and the more at ease you are. Next chapter, we're going to get deeper. I will show you how to eliminate translating in your head and start thinking in English. This is a huge step, and once you learn it, you'll notice that your speaking becomes faster, easier, and more natural. So don't be left out. It's early days for us. How to think in English and stop translating. Chapter 4. Now let's go one step deeper. This could be the most important change you ever make on your English journey. We're going to discuss how to think in English and not just stop translating in your head. Because if you're like most students, you likely listen to English, translate it to your language, think up an answer, then translate the answer back to English. And by the time you're all ready to talk, the moment has passed. You freeze, you feel nervous, you stop. But here's the reality. You don't have to translate everything. You don't have to think in your language first. And when you break that habit, speaking is so much faster and natural and confident. So how do we do that? How to think in English? Let's start simple. The first is word thinking. It means you stop thinking full sentences in your head and start with English words. Well, for instance, you look at your phone and think to yourself, phone. You look out and you're like, tree, car, sky. This is small in sound but powerful. Your brain is learning to see the English word as the thing itself rather than a translation of it. Try it right now. Look around the room. Describe what you can see, but do so only in English. Chair, light, window, bag, shoes. Easy, right? Do this daily. No stress, no long sentences, just short, simple thoughts. Then, to see if the key lies in phrase thinking. This is the moment where you begin to think short in English terms in your head during the day. For instance, you could think when you wake up, I'm tired. Or time to get ready. When you are eating, think, I am eating rice. When it's hot outside, this is a hot day. These are daily hands, and in your head, silently in English, you can describe them. The aim is to translate your ideas into plain English. Don't be a perfectionist about your grammar. The goal is to practice, not to be perfect. You are establishing a habit of thinking in English first, not translating. Now let's think in question and answer. This is an awesome gym warm-up for your mind before a conversation. Ask yourself a question in English and then answer in English. What's your name? My name is Ali. What do you want to eat? I want rice. What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. You also don't need to say these out loud, although you can. The key is that you're thinking in English, making your own little English world inside your head. And every day, it gets better. This is the spike moment now, that big revelation. Because once you stop translating everything, you are free. You stop getting stuck. You're not cold every time someone speaks to you. You respond faster. You're a lot less afraid to make mistakes. You just speak. That freedom, that comfort, is what leads to people saying of us, "Wow, your English is so natural." But it begins with small steps, small thoughts, small phrases. Here's a bit about me. Mina, one of my quiet students, had always been bad at talking. She was intelligent, but she would get frozen any time someone asked her a question. I asked her, "What goes on in your head when someone is talking to you?" She said, "I hear the question in English. I translate it in Hindi. My response comes to me in Hindi. Then I try and put it back into English." I said, "That's 4 steps. No wonder it feels slow." So I gave her exercises like I gave you, word thinking, phrase thinking, Q&A thinking. A month later, she said, "It's not perfect, but now my brain speaks English to me." That's real progress. And for you? That's what I want. Not perfect English, but natural English. Comfortable English. The kind where it lives in your thoughts as well as in your books. So, starting today, try it. Start speaking English, even for just 5 minutes a day. When you're walking, cooking, traveling, just tell us in English how it is in your world. Even simple words. Eventually, your brain will cease reaching for translations. It will learn to think first in English, and that is when talking becomes simple. In the next chapter, I'm going to show you how to keep speaking even though you've forgotten a word. Yes, this happens to all of us, even native speakers. You will know how to keep the conversation flowing with ease even if things don't go perfect. So hang on. The good is still ahead. Chapter 5. What to say when you can't find the word. Let's be honest. One of the greatest fears of speaking English is this. What if I forget a word? Perhaps you have found yourself in a situation where you begin to say something and then nothing. You know what you want to say in your language, but the English word doesn't come at all. And you freeze in that moment. You panic. You stop talking. But here's the upshot. You needn't toss in the towel. You don't have to be perfect. And guess what? Even native English speakers forget words now and then. Yes, even native English speakers stop, get hung up and say, What's that word again? That's normal. It's human. And today, I'm going to teach you how to keep talking when that happens to you. We'll begin with something easy. If you can't remember a word, use an approximation. Use simple language. Use easy words. For instance, you might blank on the word refrigerator. Save all that mental energy to make those 99 pomegranate cocktails, and don't use up valuable brain space for a name. Just refer to it as that cold box in the kitchen. The person will understand. Or you blank on the word umbrella. Say, that thing we have when it rains. This is known as paraphrasing, and it's a potent ability. It enables you to maintain the conversation. You don't need fancy words. You need useful ones. It's also body language. You can use gestures. Show with your hands. Point. Move. Pretend. This is communication. This is real conversation. And people know more than you think. Sometimes a smile and a little handwork come in handier than a perfect sentence. Here's a sentence pattern you can learn today. It works when you don't know a word. Technically, it's not a word, but it's something you use to, it's a thing that resembles. Let me give you an example. Say you are trying to use the word microwave, but you forget it. You might say, it's an oven, but I can't think of the word, and you use it to make food hot, quickly. And people will understand. You simply express the theory. And that's what language is for. Sharing ideas, not flaunting vocabulary. Now for the mistakes. What if you use the wrong word? What if you have bad grammar? Should you stop? Number. You should keep going. Why? Because talking is better than perfect. Let me repeat that. Communication is more important than perfection. Congratulations if the other person gets you. Here's a short story for you. One of my pupils, Ahmed, once told me, "Yesterday I go to market." I smiled and inquired, "What did you buy?" "Vegetables and bread," he answered. The grammar wasn't correct, but I got what he was saying. We kept talking. He didn't stop. He didn't apologize. And that's the confidence I wanted you to have. Now here's your spike. Your moment when everything comes together. Even native speakers do this. They pause. They forget words. They say, They explain using basic words. They use hands. They guess. They smile. So if they're able to do it, what's stopping you? Language is not an all-or-nothing game. It's about trying, connecting, and continuing, even when you don't know the right word. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. If you have to explain a word, if you think your way through the moment, that's when you really learn. You won't forget that word next time. You'll get better each time. But the thing is, if you stop talking every time it goes wrong, it never grows. So let's quickly do this. Get in the habit of explaining things simply. Choose one item in your house, a fan, say, or a package of almonds, and tell me about it without using the word it is. Try it. It's something that circulates air. It's on the ceiling. It's used when it's hot. Do this daily. Make it a game. Keep your brain out of French, even when it's difficult. In the next chapter, the last one in our series, We can build your complete speaking plan together. What to say, how to practice, and how to continue. From today, every day. You'll walk away from this video with a system you can use right now. Let's bring it all together. Chapter 6. Your speaking plan, now that you've made the video. So you have stuck with me so far, and I'm proud of you. You've learned a lot. You've discovered that you don't have to be flawless on day one. You can create a speaking habit of 5 minutes. You've learned easy phrases. You've been trained to think in English and to keep on speaking when you draw a blank. That's a big journey already. But now we have the next question I always receive. What do I do next? So what we want to do with all three of these elements, combine them into a very basic daily speaking plan that you can use immediately after this video. A plan that's not hard. A plan that fits your life. A plan that actually works. Here's a look at your schedule. Step 1. Speak for 5 minutes daily. You already know this part. Pick one and do it. Mirror practice, shadowing, self-talk, or voice recording. Pick one. Do it daily for just 5 minutes. No excuses. Set a timer if you need to. Speak out loud. It's this little habit that is the key that unlocks everything. Step 2. Employ 3 to 5 phrases every day. Begin your day using 3 or 5 simple phrases. Use the ones from Chapter 3. Repeat them aloud when you wake up, when you're walking, or when you're brushing your teeth. These words teach your brain and your mouth to cooperate. Say something along the lines of, Morning. I'm going to work. It's a nice day. Practice them by repeating them often. This is real speaking practice. Step 3. Reflect in English in small moments. This is your quiet practice. No pressure. Think in English, at least a little bit, when you're by yourself. Describe what you're doing. Ask yourself questions. Try to answer. Why? Because 2 or 3 minutes of English thinking is enough to make the connection in your brain strong. Step 4. Talk about your day. At the end of the day, spend 1 minute discussing your day in English. Today I went to the market. I bought some fruit. I saw a friend. Don't worry about mistakes. Just say what you can. You could do this in a mirror, or you can record it on your phone. The idea is to engage with your English, not just study it. Step 5. Review once a week. Every 7 days, look back. Ask yourself, what did I say this week that I could have left unsaid? What was easy? What was difficult? Play one of your voice messages. You'll see how much better you've become in just a week. Celebrate your progress. Keep going. And now, here's your spike moment. The moment you realize you don't need more time. Every day you don't need a teacher. You don't need a language school. It's just a question of speaking a little bit every day with the English you do know. That's it. That's the secret. And now you have that secret. You've come so far. You've taken the first step. But more than that, you already have a roadmap you can take action on after watching this video. This is no longer a dream. It's a habit, a lifestyle. Speaking English is not something you are waiting for, starting from today. It's something you do. So, let's embark on our journey of speaking. Your speaking journey starts now, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, repeat this aloud with me. I am ready. It will be a case of, I will use English every day. Say it again, feel it, believe it, because you are ready. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It supports the channel tremendously. If you want more videos just like this one, simple, clear, and helpful for real-life English, subscribe. And tell us what you're going to say in English today. I will be reading all your comments and would love to respond to as many as possible. Thanks for watching, and remember, just talk. Start small, speak daily, and never stop.